One of my favorite things at Christmas is to decorate the mantle. I always like to pick a theme for Christmas, usually a theme that's associated with children. And this year my theme is storybooks. Storybooks that children associate with Christmas. Pinocchio is a wonderful example, and we'll talk about some others as I place them on the mantle. Children find this theme fascinating, as well as the woodland things that I always use on the mantle at Christmas. As you can see, my mantle is white and very plain, but I like to have a varying height on the mantle. I think it makes the object show up better, and I just like the variety of it. So we'll start out by placing some books, not the children's books, but just some nice weather books to give some height to the mantle. I'll place these on the left. And two more on the right. One of the things that I love for a woodland theme are these reindeers. They just prance down the mantle and they just look so great at Christmas time. So I'm going to place those first. As you can see, they're tall. They look great against the white of the mantle. Place this one down here. I also like to use pictures or some sort of cardboard item, something that has some height on the mantle. And this year I've chosen these two prints. I love this deer print. It just looks so beautiful with the green tree and the spotted deer. So I'll place that here on the left. I'll use the deer to kind of anchor it so it doesn't fall over. And I love this bird also. It says, "Be open to miracles." What better describes Christmas than that? I'll place that over here. I also have these little sparkly trees that I love. And I like them because they're tall and they're interesting and add a new depth to the mantle. So I'll put that next. Already looking better. I'll place the books next. Here's Pinocchio, as we talked about. It's just a wonderful children's story that they usually associate with Christmas. So I'll place that right here. I also want to include two treasured books that my husband actually wrote. We read them to our grandchildren at Christmas time. It's The Halfling's Tale, which is a wonderful tale of fantasy that children just love. So I'll place those next. I like to anchor those just a little bit with some sparkly fruit or some other kind of item. This year we're going to use these sparkly fruits. Years ago, my mother gave me these little smokers. They actually have a product that goes inside the head, and you light it, and actual smoke comes out the mouth. So they're just very whimsical and great for Christmas time. You can see he's a shepherd with little sheep. He even has a sheep with him. Children love these too. I love to use something that has some red and the colors of Christmas, of course. I found these metal-looking pine cones are actually a tree ornament, but I love them on the mantle. The next thing I like to add is some greenery. Unfortunately, in the area of the country that we live, it's fairly warm at Christmas time, so it's very difficult to have real greenery. But they make so much beautiful fake greenery these days. that it just looks beautiful too. So I'll put some of that next. It makes the mantle look fluffy and also softens the white of the mantle. I like to have it break down just a little bit. It's so fun to see the mantle start to take on a life with the greenery. Even these ornamental things that you can buy at the craft stores are beautiful on a mantle. They add a lot of sparkle and interest. I love the red one. I also like to add sparkly pine cones to the mantle as well. They just look like Christmas to me. I love how it's looking. I try also to have a theme for color, and I love red at Christmas time. There's just nothing like red, especially on a white mantle, to make the mantle really pop and to look very festive at the holiday season. So I'll add those next. These are plastic so that if they fall off, they don't break. So I love that about these type of ornaments. Even some that have some gold sparkly stuff on them look great. It's hard for me to know when to stop. I just could keep going and going and going. I'll also put some of these sparkly pine cones. These are real pine cones with glitter on them. I also love this little owl. He's very beautiful and whimsical. I love to use him on the mantle at Christmas. I love these red sparkly snowflakes. I think they'll look great with the white of the mantle and with the other things we have up there. I'll just place them here and there. They're so sparkly. I love how they sparkle. And the light just picks up the sparkle of the snowflake. It's going to look really great at night too, once the lights are off. I could just keep going and going and going. I never know when to stop. The last thing I place on the mantle are candles. I love a candle on the mantle at Christmas time. They light up the other objects and they just add a sparkle that nothing else can. And of course they look beautiful with the fire below. As you know, I could just keep going and going, but I have to stop sometime. So I hope you have a wonderful Christmas season, and I can't wait to hear back from you at Dinner Party Guru about how you decorated your mantle. What theme did you pick? What wonderful thing did you do? Let me know. And thanks again so much for joining me for decorating the Christmas mantle.